morning. It's Monday, July 8th, and Ken is off this week, so you guys will be seeing me a little more during our newscast. Not only is it Monday, July 8th, but it is also National Chocolate with Almonds Day, and I'll tell you a little bit about that after we tell you who's on the show. So today we have Third Mutual here with their update. We have Steve Parsons with us, and then we're going to have a segment from RadNet. We will also have the Village Library, who's going to tell us a little bit about some new book clubs that they have, and also kind of the lay of the land of the library. And then we have the Nazareth Bible Church that's going to be on, and they've got an upcoming event that I think you'll really enjoy hearing about. Now, our meetings today, we have Third Landscape Committee meeting, which will be in the boardroom at 9:30. Then we have the special all boards, all directors meeting in the boardroom at 1:30. Then we have the Mutual 50 special executive meeting, which will be in the Towers boardroom at 2 o'clock. And then we have the GRF Special Business Planning Committee meeting, and that will be in the boardroom at 3 o'clock. All right, so we can take a look at our weather, and it's looking pretty darn good today. We've got it's kind of in the highs, 70s, 74, 63. We will have sunshine this morning by 11 a.m. We will also be sunny and mild again tomorrow with 76, 62. Then low clouds, then sun, 79, 62. And then low clouds, then sun again, 81, 64. And it looks like we're going to warm up for the weekend, so we'll keep you posted on that throughout the week. And that will be 85, 66. Around town, North OC 77, Beaches 70, South OC 74, San Diego 71. Inland OC 77, Foothills about 75, and then Arrowhead's looking pretty nice at 83, and Palm Springs 102, so it's going to be lovely, so get outside. So anyway, I did things a little bit reversed. I did the weather before the chocolate with almonds, so I'll tell you a little bit about that now. So when it comes to adding almonds to chocolate, the options are plentiful. From cakes to chocolate bars, puddings and cookies, we can celebrate this National Day with snacks and desserts galore. And I swear I was leading up to this because that's all I ate all weekend was chocolate. Whether you pick up a chocolate bar or make something from scratch, this timeless combination brings smooth chocolate and crunch to snack time. It also adds a warm nuttiness to cakes and brownies, and both to, of course, ice cream or mousse for a richer flavor. Chocolate syrup with chopped nuts drizzled over your favorite pastry adds just a hint of sinful flavor. And then, of course, when popcorn screams for added crunch, chocolate and almonds answer the call. Now, health benefits in almonds. You can reduce the risk of heart attack. You can lower bad cholesterol. You can protect your artery walls from damage, lower the rise in blood sugar and insulin after meals, and help provide good brain function and nourish the nervous system. So combine that with chocolate, and I think that's a win-win situation. Interestingly, in 1742, William Parks printed a copy of Eliza Smith's cookbook, The Complete Housewife. And inside that had some recipes, chocolate combined with almonds. But my ultimate favorite has to be the Almond Joy, which was created in 1946. So delicious. You can't go wrong with chocolates and almonds. All right, stay tuned. We'll be right back after this.
Hey Laguna Woods, it's Ken.
And Lisa.
Did you miss an episode of This Day? Not to worry. Head over to youtube.com and search Village Television.
Here you can find each episode of This Day and other community programs such as Good Day OC, Discovering Laguna Woods, and much more.
Just click the red subscribe button, then click the bell to be emailed every time we upload a video.
Don't miss out.
And subscribe today.
Hi, I'm Sharon. I am so pleased to welcome you to JTV. We're a 24/7 home shopping network focused exclusively on jewelry and gemstones. And because we believe every woman deserves to be lifted up, we love to help her sparkle, keep her informed, and make her smile. Our viewer is passionate about jewelry and gemstones, and we share her passion. Because of that, she keeps coming back, making us one of the top retailers in the United States. We sell extraordinary products at extraordinary prices. Welcome to JTV.
This is how we burger, brew, and cue. Pick a town. Arrive hungry, real hungry. Start with a massive burger. Charred, juicy. Add bacon, a buttery bun, piled high. Serve it up, wash it down. Creamy, hoppy, fruity, malty. We're not done yet. Cue time. Deep fried, sauce soaked, pork ribs, meaty, tender. I'm full. Where to next?
All new Burgers, Brew, and Q. Tuesday at 9. Cooking Channel. Stay fired up.
When other dealers say no, Capistrano Toyota says, yes, we can. Low payments? Yes, we can. Low financing for all types of credit? Yes, we can. Capistrano Toyota features 10 acres of new and certified pre-owned Toyotas, plus many used cars priced below $10,000. When other dealers say no, Capistrano Toyota says, yes, we can. Exit the 5 freeway at Camino Capistrano.
Looking for a change of scenery? You don't have to play golf to enjoy all that 19 Restaurant and Lounge has to offer. From a delicious breakfast menu to our delectable lunch and dinner specials. At 19 Restaurant and Lounge, there is something for everyone. Relax with your friends and family and take in the beautiful view from our spacious patio. Or enjoy a cocktail and appetizer in our lounge. 19 Restaurant and Lounge is a great place to socialize, enjoy a meal, or simply take in the view. Join us 7 days a week and experience Laguna Woods' exclusive dining experience.
Welcome back. I have Steve Parsons here who is going to tell us about some landscape modernization. Now, I just love the title, as we were just talking about. You know, you're modernizing, making it look better. Tell us what you're going to do.
Well, this is a pilot project. It's going to take place in Gate 14. This area was specifically chosen because we cannot get recycled water up there because it can't be pumped uphill effectively and cost effectiveness. Okay. So we came up with a plan here. It's a pilot program, like I said, and you'll see based on the photo that we'll show you here in a second, what we intend to do. This is an architectural landscape plan for Gate 14. Okay. And one thing we want to tell the people is that there's no big rocks in it, and it's not going to contain cactus. It's going to be native things to California. So as you can see on the right there, there's a lot of plants that are mentioned, and they go into this whole plan. It will take place at Gate 14. The grass will be removed, and these things will be put in. Okay. The next slide shows an aerial view. You can see in the green box here on the left. And then on the right is a bigger piece of land that we'll be working with.
Okay, right in the center there, on the right-hand side, in that grass area.
Correct.
So that's all taken out, okay?
Right. So why do we do modernization? And why do we want to go to drought-tolerant plants? Well, 3 areas we want to cover today are water conservation, California-friendly landscape, and beautiful and modern landscape that will be a result of that. I'd like to start off with water conservation. There are several things that people need to understand as to why we're moving forward. A lot of it is because of the cost of water. Cost of water is going up for our suppliers as well as for what we have to do internally, okay? The third water bill for 2019 is projected to exceed $2.7 million. Let me put that in perspective here. That equates to $37 per man or per month, okay? And this is in your assessment. The rates are projected to go up by 2.2% for 2020 and 4% in 2021. So for the next year of 2020, this is scheduled to go up to $37.68 per man or per month. Okay, that's what it means for everybody. Then 4% in 2021, it'll go up to $39.19 per man or per month. Now you're saying, why in the world is it going up like that? Well, I just want to give you a few pointers here as to what's happening that is a direct impact on us by outside agencies. And a lot of people may not realize that 100% of our water is imported. We have no ground table water at all for our area. Our direct supplier, you know, is El Toro Water District, and there are other sources that I want to mention here. 45% of our water is supplied through the Metropolitan Water District of Southern California. Other water runoff is supplied through the South Orange County Wastewater Authority and other sources. But let me just touch a little bit on Metropolitan, okay? They're a wholesale water agency that delivers about 45% of the water for Southern California. And it provides water to 6 counties in the service area. It maintains 5 treatment plants, 830 miles of pipelines, and monitors the condition of the Colorado River Aqueduct. Metropolitan owns reservoirs, pumping stations, pipelines, and tunnels, which require infrastructure support. Then another agency is the South Orange County Wastewater Authority, and they capture, treat, and distribute for reuse approximately 6 billion gallons of water each year. Quite a task. This water is used for irrigation, parks, golf courses, medians, and landscape areas. Now the infrastructure for these different water districts, and these are only 2, okay, are aged and they need to be repaired. And that's what's driving a lot of this cost. Some of the cost even comes from the Sacramento project, where they're trying to take water underneath the city of Sacramento and move it south to us. So all these projects that are going on with the aged infrastructure is driving the cost up. It's not going to go down. So what we're trying to do is level the playing field, try to keep it as close to what it is now as possible, instead of letting it escalate on us. So people need to realize that there's a change that's happening in many different areas of our lives, and it's not going to stay the same as it was. We cannot bury our heads in the sand. We have to look at things, look at facts, make our plans come together, and move on. So
I'm glad that you pointed that out, because I think a lot of people probably say, well, you know, we've had a lot of rain. Why, you know, we have plenty of water. But based on what you're saying, I mean, sure, but we have to do.
We're still short.
Yeah.
And everybody thinks that the drought is over. Only the highest tier of the drought is over. So we still have to plan as though we're in this phase.
Right.
And continue looking down the road.
Okay.
Okay, future state mandated areas, they've said that by 2025, we'll be limited to 55 gallons per person per day. And in the village, this is calculated at 1.8 people per manor. Okay, for other places it's 1.2, so it varies throughout the populated areas. By 2030, it'll be decreased to 52.5 gallons per person, and this timetable may be accelerated from what I'm hearing. It may not be 2025, may not be 2030, but that's what we have to deal with right now. There are penalties that will accrue for high usage of water, and will be charged higher tier rates. So when we ask people to look at their consumption, try to cut down, there are reasons behind it. We're not being mean. We're trying to be open and honest and transparent with what's coming down the road. So, okay, under water conservation, like I said before, Gate 14 is a place to start, because recycled water cannot be pumped uphill. It's just way too cost effective. Gate 11, we do not have it at current, but that is in the future plan for El Toro Water to put this in for us.
Okay.
So a bonus is, through this, El Toro Water District does give rebates, and this whole thing will, through the rebates, they'll pay about 63% of the cost of the total project.
Okay.
So that's a big plus. Moving on, if I can get my page turned here. I want to show the picture here of the world for a minute and see where we are. Look over to the areas that are in yellow. We're about the 32nd degree or 33rd degree latitude, and that goes right through the Mediterranean. And a lot of these areas, when you look at it, they're arid, okay? Our plan is to facilitate accommodating this, however, using native plants to California. Like I said before, no cactus, no big rocks, things like that. It will be very nice and very beautiful when we get done with it.
Okay.
Okay. Dealing with California friendly, non-native plant species are difficult to maintain in our Mediterranean desert environment, and native plant species are easier to maintain and require less water.
Do you have can you give us an example of some of the plants? Like, do you know what they are?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked that, because the next slide shows that.
Oh, good. Okay. Well, I didn't jump ahead.
Okay, as you can see here, and it's just over your left shoulder, are some plants that we look forward to putting in. And we want you to know that we're not doing this on our own. As you can see, Irvine, Tustin, Laguna Beach, and other areas, even the Great Park, has put in some of these things. So they've gone through, they've figured out what worked, and we plan on importing that, which will save us time and money. So as you can see, there are different terrains that are in here in little sectors of this area, but it'll come out looking very nice and very coordinated. Here's just an example of what has taken place in United on the Sevilla area near the creek. And you can see what they put in there. There's bark under it and around it, and it looks very nice and uncongested. It doesn't take a whole lot of water either, or maintenance.
Fern, yeah.
So.
And they're good growing. Some of them are slower growing than others too. So.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So it'll look good for a long time.
Yeah,
good.
Exactly. So project details, the planned project is in cul-de-sac 408 in gate 14. And this is a pilot to create a place for a beautiful area and relaxation in the park setting. Now, some people have said, okay, well, I walk my dogs. There's going to be a dog path, okay? Right. So you don't have to worry about that. There are other things that people have, if they built into the plan, such as benches. There's only one tree that I know of that's going to be removed because the other trees give shade to the seating areas. So that's a plus.
Okay.
And if this works, we will consider moving this to an annual project. We want to see how it works out first and see what the people think about it.
Sure.
To this end, I want to mention that this Friday, or the 12th of July at 1 p.m. in the boardroom here in the community center is going to be a special meeting. Okay. And this is a special invite to residents of Gate 14 and other people throughout Third Mutual that would like to come and participate and just gain information about this and facts. So this meeting will be chaired by Lynn Jarrett, our chairperson for Landscape Committee, and she will present the project overall. Then John Pearlstone, who's our treasurer, will get into the financial aspects and go into return on investments and things like that, so he's able to answer the financial questions. Then we have Kurt Wieman, who's going to be there. He's the VMS landscape manager. He'll be there to answer questions and specifically to clarify important points that come up, such as what kind of plants are these, how big do they get, can they be chopped down, and the maintenance cycle, things like that. So that's it in a nutshell. I just wanted to basically say to wet your whistle to come to this meeting.
Absolutely.
So anybody that's interested, especially Gate 14 residents, we would like to have you there and be a part of it. Come with questions and answers will be provided.
And tell us again, it's Friday the 12th.
This
at
Friday,
what time?
1 o'clock.
1 o'clock.
Boardroom here.
Okay, perfect.
Now, there is one other thing that, you know, we're in the time period during the year when people want to be nominated and run for boards. So we want to bring forward the idea that this Friday, starting this Friday, you can pick up an application to run for the Third Mutual Board. Okay. And what you do is come into the community center, talk to the receptionist. A packet will be given to you and instructions will be provided to you at that time. Okay. They'll also tell you when you have to have it back and other things that go along with this. So we know there are a lot of good people out there. We've found some. We encourage you to run for positions. We have 3 positions that are open right now, and we'll see how it goes.
Excellent.
But we wish everybody the opportunity to come and have a great time with us and join a great board.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Perfect. Good update. And remember, if you want to attend that meeting, it's Friday, this Friday, July 12th, in the boardroom at 1 o'clock.
Correct.
And they'll be talking about the brand new modernization landscaping. We'll be right back after this with our next guest.
Before I tell you what I'm about to tell you, let me tell you that it's very important that you listen to what I'm going to tell you. Looking good, Albert. The people have spoken. They want a man of action. Real gold? They want a leader who will stare boredom in the face and say, not on my watch. Insert me, Rob Riggle, the new mayor of Funner, California. It's not a word, it's a place. Funner!
Thank you for joining us. Today I have Dr. Glenda Romero and Dr. Patricia Kincaid, who are both with RadNet, here to talk to us about head and neck imaging. Thank you both for being here with us.
Thanks for having us.
So you both have specialties, so we're going to go ahead and we'll start with Dr. Romero. Tell me a little bit about what are some of the most common head and neck diseases that radiological imaging is used for?
Some of the most common diseases that we see in our practice include thyroid nodules, the just newly felt palpable neck lump or mass, see thyroid, head and neck cancer, carotid artery stenosis or vascular disease of the neck vessels, hearing loss, and sinusitis.
Hearing loss. Now that's the first time I've heard that. Tell me, how would they diagnose that? Would they have a head image?
They could either have a CT of the skull base, or the area that connects the face with the brain. Looking for the inner ear structures. Sometimes there can be tumors. Sometimes there can be infection of the inner ear structures that can cause hearing loss or loss of balance. So those are some of the common entities that we see.
Is it usually just one time that they would have to do the imaging for that, or is there multiple times?
It depends what we find initially. Let's say we find a tumor of the inner ear. So they may get radiation or surgery for that particular tumor, and then we'll do follow-ups to see if that tumor is gone or if it's staying the same size.
Dr. Kincaid, she talked a little bit about thyroid nodules. What are those?
The thyroid gland is a small endocrine organ that just sits in the front of the neck here, and it's very common to get nodules in the thyroid. In fact, most people by the age of 60 will have at least one thyroid nodule, and the vast majority of nodules are benign, which means not cancer, over 95% of them.
And what are they made up of?
Well, it's variable. Some are solid and some may be fluid-filled, and we call those cystic. If it's purely cystic, then it's totally benign and you don't ever have to worry about it.
And then also you would find maybe lumps on your neck. What kind of lumps are we looking for?
Most of the time, a neck lump is also going to turn out to be benign. But we do all sorts of imaging procedures for patients who have a newly palpable lump. A lot of the times they're mildly enlarged lymph nodes that occur after, for example, an upper respiratory tract infection. Any kind of inflammatory process in the head and neck can cause your lymph nodes to get a little bit enlarged. And they may stay enlarged for 2 or 3 weeks after your cold is gone. So it's always important to go to your doctor and have your doctor check it out to see if it's a lump to worry about. But like I said, a lot of them are nothing of concern.
So when I have noticed that what you were mentioning about an upper respiratory is that you do have enlarged glands. So what's the difference between having the enlarged gland and a lump? I mean, is a lump something smaller than, is it tiny, or would you just notice it right away?
Well, a lump is just anything that somebody feels. So if it's really small, like a pea size or an almond size, it's probably nothing to worry about. But if it's something larger, or if it's something that is getting larger over time, then those would be a little bit more worrisome.
All right. And you had mentioned a few different types of imaging that is done. Can you tell me some other things that are used for head and neck imaging?
For example, ultrasound. Ultrasound is used commonly to diagnose thyroid nodules. Sometimes there's also cysts in the thyroid gland. An enlarged thyroid gland, sometimes people will, a doctor will order a thyroid ultrasound to look, because they feel like the thyroid gland is enlarged. So we'll kind of take measurements of the thyroid gland and also see if there's any nodules that are concerning for malignancy. But luckily, the majority of nodules that we see are benign. Ultrasound is commonly used for carotid artery stenosis or vascular disease. So let's say someone has heart disease. Part of the workup in heart disease, let's say they have to have a CABG procedure or bypass procedure. A lot of times the surgeon will order a carotid ultrasound to make sure that their carotid arteries aren't significantly narrowed, because if they have narrowed vessels, that might have to be addressed before the heart surgery.
And then for the thyroid nodules, which one did you say was the best one to use?
Ultrasound is by far the best way to image the thyroid gland. It's very sensitive to determine not only the size of the nodules, but the characteristics of the nodule.
Okay.
And when we look at those ultrasound images, we look at the shape of the nodule, whether it's solid or cystic, what its margins look like, if there's any little bits of calcium in the nodule. And based on those ultrasound features, we're able to use a risk stratification system to determine which nodules can be safely followed and which nodules may need to be biopsied.
Okay. And then how long do the exams take?
An ultrasound takes about 15 to 30 minutes. A CT, for example, that's pretty quick, depending on whether or not the patient needs contrast. I'd say anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes.
Right.
An MRI is a little bit more involved, and that can take anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour, depending on what's ordered and whether or not the doctor orders contrast with that exam.
Okay, and let's talk about contrast, because I mean, no one likes it. Isn't there a pill? It's still the same. It's still the same. It's always been, right?
Yes. So it's important, I guess, for if the patient has a known allergy to contrast, to let their doctor know, and that way, if it's a severe allergy to contrast, they can be pre-medicated with steroids to get the contrast. But let's say they get CT contrast. When the patient's injected, it's a large amount, so it's important to be hydrated before the exam.
Okay.
Anyway, when they get the contrast, the patients will feel kind of a hot flesh feeling, and they may feel the sensation they have to go to the bathroom, and that's a normal sensation. But the most important thing for if you have to have a contrast exam is to be hydrated so that the technologist can start the IV pretty easily.
And she's referring to the iodine contrast that we use for CT imaging.
Okay.
For MRIs, we use a different kind of contrast called gadolinium. And that is super easy to get, really very few effects, and really no medical concerns unless you have very severe renal failure, and then there may be some concerns.
Okay, all right, great. Is there anything else that you'd like to tell us?
Just for general patients, if you have to have imaging, if you have previous exams from another institution, it's really important that you bring them so that we can compare to make sure that something's been stable over a period of time, or if it's growing. That's extremely important.
All right, perfect. Well, thank you both so much. I appreciate the information.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
And for more information about what we've discussed here, please visit radnet.com. Thank you for joining us.
The Red Sox are 1 out away. And the Dodgers are down to their final strike. Here comes a 1-2 pitch. Red Sox win the World Series. And the best team in baseball wins it all.
Welcome back. Well, Donna Dahl is here with the Village Library, and as you can see, we have lots of exciting books here with us. Welcome. Thanks for being here.
Oh, so nice to meet you, Lisa. I do appreciate the opportunity to inform everybody about the Village Library.
Absolutely. Well, let's get started. You have some history you'd like to tell us about.
Yes, I would. I'll go ahead and just tell you that way back in 2014, the then president of the board of directors, Pat Hedrick, suggested that we have some book clubs right here in Laguna Woods. There were already some private book clubs, but some that would be sponsored by our village library. The vice president then, Linda Wida, agreed to take on the task, it's a huge task, of organizing and getting these up and running. And then we ended up with Laguna Woods first Wednesday book club, second Monday, and third Tuesday. So we had 3 book clubs starting out. Coincidentally, I was looking for a book club to join here in the village, and I happened to see an article in the Globe. And so then I decided I would give a try. I decided to try all 3 of the book clubs, and then I was hooked because it was just so interesting. I really enjoy both reading and hearing the different perspectives from all of the individuals.
So it's a real book club. So
yes,
you are definitely reading and discussing, because you know sometimes you say you're going to a book club and it turns out something different. I know.
No wine. Although tonight at our book club tonight, we're going to try something that we've only tried one other time. The discussion leader said she would like to go ahead and have what's called a tasting that's in line with the book. And so, for instance, this is the book, Snowflower and the Secret Fan.
Okay.
So she's going to surprise us and bring in some sort of tasting hors d'oeuvre type thing.
Well, that's kind of neat.
Yeah,
All right,
so that should be very interesting.
Okay.
Our first Wednesday book club was eliminated the end of last year because resident membership kept dropping.
Okay.
It seemed that there were conflict with many other resident activities, including the film club.
Oh, sure.
So that was one of the nights of the film club. Now we have a brand new book club that we just started this year, and it's a different venue, and it's Women's Voices. And the 2019 focus has been books focused on the Great American Read. So PBS had a series on television last year, and everybody voted on PBS and everything, and we got the got books out for the Great American Read, voted on them, and it started in January. We started reading them. So Americana, this book here, is a book that is this month's book for that group.
Okay.
So, and it's a fantastic book.
Now, and it's written by a woman.
Yes.
Right? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Excellent.
a Nigerian one.
That's
yes.
that looks like a fat one. That's kind of a lot of pages on that one.
A lot of pages.
How long
but
does it take you to
goes
get through?
very, very fast.
Oh.
I started early, and I'm all but 100 pages into it, and I have until the end of the month to do the last 100 pages.
Oh,
so
that should be
I wanted to stay, keep the ending, so I'd be fresh when we went to the book club. Now, our book clubs are well attended. Over time, a number of members continue to have changing schedules, and so there are some conflicts, and there are various other personal reasons. However, most book club members agree, since joining the book club they're in here at the Village Library, they've read so many books which they never would have read or chosen themselves, and they're really glad they read them. So it's amazing. Almost all people feel that way.
Great.
There is a form available at the Village Library, so you're welcome to come by and complete it, and they'll put it in my box, and you can start coming to the meetings and be on the email list.
Oh, good. Great.
So that's good. I might talk a little bit about the book selection process. At Origination back in 2014, people were just suggesting right at meetings, the first group. And that became very involved in monthly updates and a lot of repetition. So for 2015, we implemented a different annual selection process, which we began then and still use now. And our books are chosen by the members. And what they do is we have a nomination process in the fall. Everybody is encouraged to nominate books. And then a list is made from the nominations, usually no more than 3 because we have quite a few members, so it becomes a long list. And then everybody votes. We put out a ballot, everybody votes, and those are the books we read next year.
Do you have a theme?
Actually, not in the first 2. They can be fiction, nonfiction, whatever somebody decides, and it's usually a great mix that we end up with too. For instance, I might mention, these are the books here that I brought that were voted best books for 2018 by the 2 book clubs that were. This was the #1, A Gentleman in Moscow. And that particular book is sort of like a recent history type of novel. It is a novel. You
have all these little markers in here.
Oh, that's what I do, so I don't write on the book.
Oh, that's smart.
There's certain little pages
so give me
passages
kind of like you said it's just
okay,
an overview.
that is a really, really popular book.
Oprah magazine liked it.
Oh, yes, and it's been, actually, that particular one, if you look right in front, I made a notation, the very front page, that has a rating still out of a possible 5, still, of 4.36, and out of 173,000 plus reviews.
Wow.
People went online and did the reviews.
Oh,
It's been
awesome.
on the Times bestseller list for years.
Excellent.
And it's still popular.
Oh, I've heard of this one.
Yes.
America's First Daughter.
America's First Daughter. That was another one voted out. And that's a historical fiction book.
Of course.
It's about Jefferson's first daughter and how she played into our history.
Great.
And it's amazing. There's a lot of information in there that I never knew about our history. So
Oh, I love it.
yeah.
That's great.
And about
this should be a
Jefferson,
required
so-
reading in high school.
Yeah, right. All right, and the
the last
third
one.
one, so all 3 of these were on both book clubs' list as the best. The people voted.
I love
This
the
is
title.
Hillbilly Elegy, yeah. This is actually a memoir, so it's nonfiction.
okay. All right.
And it's about a section of our country where a lot of families came from, moved away from.
Oh.
And it's an area that financially did not do well. Everybody leaving.
Yeah.
And so, but it's an amazing story. Really
Excellent.
amazing.
And so those are the ones that you guys have chosen.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. And I told you about our book selection process.
I think we're down to your little brochure now, right?
Yes.
Perfect.
There it is. Thank you. All right. So basically, this is in 3 sections. There's 3 parts of information that are included here. The front and the front and the back, which is, I brought the wrong one. You have the right one.
It's okay. We have something on screen for you. We'll look at that.
Okay.
So we've got one page.
So this page is all 3 book clubs.
Oh, there you go.
and the specifics about the titles that we're reading. So you have the dates when we're going to have our discussion, the number of pages, and the author and the discussion leader are all on there, all for 2019. So it's done at one time at the end of the year, the voting and everything, and then I create this brochure and it's laid out for the whole
everybody
year.
to follow.
Yes,
Excellent.
and new people can come in and everything.
And then the other page, what is it on that one?
The other page is...
It's coming. I know there's 2 pages.
Right.
There it is.
Okay. So the front page and the second one over. So actually, I guess, is it to the right?
Well,
the one that says
yeah.
Village Library
Yes.
is a lot of information that people want to know. Our phone number, our email address, the hours we're open, the days that we're closed, the holidays, checkout limits, and then it goes over to overdue fines. We have items people can take out on the honor system. And that gives an idea there of which ones those are.
Okay.
And then how to get online and see our catalog. And then the last one is just a very brief introduction to the book clubs.
Perfect. And they can pick up the brochure at the library, right?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Perfect.
In fact, we have some new ones coming off that should be delivered today.
Okay.
There were a couple of minor changes,
Okay.
book movement, because of people's schedules, things happen. So
but at least it has lots of good information
it does.
for people. So
It does.
All right, perfect.
So I hope everybody comes.
Well, that is great, and I'm glad your book clubs are working out well. You've got
They
some
are.
really good books to choose from. So thank you so much for sharing that
You're
information.
welcome. Thank you.
It's nice to have you on.
Okay, thanks.
And remember, if you want to join any of the book clubs that are coming up, you can stop by the library and pick up the brochure to see all the dates and the books that are going to be read for the entire year. We'll be right back.
Having great home care is as easy as 1, 2, 3. I'm Lori Renaud with Acticare Responsive In-Home Care. We can provide the perfect caregiver for you to receive exceptional care in the comfort of your home. Step 1, call to schedule a care consultation. Step 2, meet with a registered nurse in your home. Step 3, start receiving care. Aging doesn't have to be difficult. Call today to get the help you deserve.
In a land of hopes and dreams lived a luxury lifestyle consultant with spectacular taste. One day he thought, I'll show lottery winners how to live like a millionaire.
I'm like gonna cry. Like, this is beautiful.
Pinch me. He scoured the land looking for the home of their dreams, which he slayed. So the families could live in plenty and live fabulously ever after. All new My Lottery Dream Home, Friday night at 9 on HGTV.
Imagine a life. Now imagine this life belongs to someone you care about. Someone you love. Your spouse, your parent, your child, best friend, sister, coworker, or neighbor. Of course, you'd want the best life imaginable for them. A life with caring, meaningful relationships. The chance to succeed in school, fulfilling, challenging work, and a rewarding career. In short, you'd want them to have a long and happy life. Now imagine there was something keeping them from these things. Something that prevented it from happening. Something invisible, powerful, and often overwhelming. The good news is people can and do get better. With treatment and support, up to 90% of people with mental health challenges report a better quality of life. The bad news is most people who need help don't seek help. Why? Stigma. Stigma is the brick wall. Stigma is the fear of being quickly labeled and having people judge and form opinions about you before they actually know you. Stigma can keep a person from seeking help and living the life they deserve. So what's the solution? Honesty. Because honesty is stigma's weak spot. When we speak honestly and openly about mental health, stigma loses its power. Honesty breaks down barriers and removes obstacles, so people may seek help sooner. Families and friends will understand how to help and support. Schools become more accepting and understanding. Businesses place a person's value where value should be placed. And people understand and reach out to others. Because a simple thing like honesty creates a culture where one thing doesn't define someone. It's just one small part of what makes a person, well, a person. Each Mind Matters is California's mental health movement dedicated to creating and fostering open and honest conversations about mental health that break down the barriers of stigma. By increasing awareness of mental health, change happens all around us. Families and friends learn how to help the ones they love. Systems and services adapt so assistance is readily available if needed. Communities recognize the importance of mental health. In fact, 80% of people believe that recovery from mental illness is possible, and more people are willing to socialize, work with, and live in neighborhoods with people with mental health issues than just a year ago. But your support and investment is vital to keep the movement moving, to reduce mental health stigma and enable people we love to live the lives they deserve.
Welcome back. Today with us in studio is Pastor Leroy Wood and Precious Jade Teo, and they are here with the Nazareth Bible Church, and I know you both have some exciting stuff coming up. So Precious, let's start with you. You've got an event that's coming up. Tell me about it.
First of all, I want to say hi, Precious Lisa.
Yes, I'm now going to be called Precious Lisa.
Well, my name is Precious Jade only because my sister is Precious Diamond.
I like that.
And Precious Pearl. I have a brother, but he's not precious. Yeah, they always ask, is that your real name? You know?
Right, well, it's exactly what I asked you when you said yes.
Yeah,
so.
we want to thank you for having us today, and we're excited about this love concert we're going to be putting on.
Yeah. I am.
It will be on July the 21st, coming up, 4 to 5 o'clock. And we're having ice cream, cake, and love songs.
And love songs,
Yes.
okay. And you're going to be singing and playing. What instrument is that?
The guitar.
Okay.
And we're doing, first of all, the songs are Love for One Another, a couple of songs, Love Between a Man and a Woman, Love for Our Country, and then Love for Our Creator.
Oh, I like it.
Isn't that cool?
That's very nice.
Yeah, so we'll be doing songs from ABBA, Barbra Streisand, Carpenters, Doris Day, Connie Francis, Dionne Warwick, original songs, Peggy Lee.
Now you're saying we, so it's not just you.
Well, I might have a couple of my friends who are tap dancers at my dance.
Dancers, yeah.
And they're like 78 years old. And
nice.
Yeah, so
That's
they love to dance, and so sometimes I include them in my show.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Now, do you perform everywhere? Lots of different places?
Yes, I am on YouTube.
Okay.
I'm in the movies.
All right.
I do quite a few assisted living, like about 12 or 14 of those.
Okay.
And women's clubs and wherever, they need the kind of music that I do.
Nice. Sounds like you've been performing a while.
Yes, a long time since I left school.
Wow. Yeah. All around the country, or?
Yeah, when I was 18 years old, they had a talent contest in my country. I'm from Singapore.
Okay.
So it's kind of equivalent to America's Got Talent.
All right.
So I took part in the contest and I won it.
Good for you.
And the winner, if he or she was good enough, would sign a recording contract with Capitol Records.
No kidding.
So I became a Capitol Records
no
recording
kidding.
artist.
Wow. So we can find you online.
Yeah.
Yes.
No doubt.
Yes,
I mean, I know you said YouTube, but I bet there's other places too.
Website.
Nice.
Yeah, and the kind of shows that I do, it's called Classic and Unforgettable.
Okay.
They're all the songs that we remember, songs that make us happy, songs that nobody sings to us anymore.
Right now. Isn't that the truth?
Yeah, so, we want to keep that alive.
That's
and
nice.
So I love blessing people. I love to see them happy and smiling and having a good time.
Excellent. Well, I think this kind of fits right in.
It does.
With what you guys are promoting most of the time, right?
It does.
Yes.
It does fits right in. And I like the way she spreads love. And this show is all about love. Nazareth Bible Church primarily is all about love. That's the reason why we started it, because we felt that there was a need for a love for people. And so she fits right in with our schedule. She mentioned the show is going to be an hour. We're going to start at 4. There'll be music for an hour, but
right.
Then after that there will be a form of fellowship, and so we're going to have a cake, ice cream,
right.
And I'm planning on serving some grape juice.
Grape juice?
Yeah, with some champagne glasses to give it that little
I think that'll feel
effervescent
nice.
flow.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And call it champagne and a la something, something Frenchy and loving. And
I like it.
Beautiful.
I like it. All right, and then let's talk about Nazareth Bible Church as a whole. Give me just a quick overview of
Well,
what you're all
Nazareth
about.
Bible Church, we just celebrated our first year anniversary, which was a tremendous success. And she came on and she did a tremendous job. And that's where she got the idea, hey, Leroy, Pastor, let's do a love concert. What kind of love concert? And so as a result of that, that's why we are here today, and we are so excited about it. Nazareth Bible Church, our vision is to display the love of Jesus in the way we live, the way we love, and the way that we treat others. And it's very, very simple. We are a church where people can come, come, be welcome in,
right.
And as they navigate their way through life. So we are very big on love.
Right. I like that. I like that.
Very,
You guys
very
have your services are Sundays at 4.
Sundays at 4 o'clock.
Okay.
Clubhouse 1.
Okay.
In the art room presently, but we're hoping that we get a different venue or a bigger venue. But right now, that's available to us.
You're outgrowing it.
So we make the best of it. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah,
well, it makes more love being close, right?
Yes. And my wife, the First Lady of Nazareth, she does a wonderful job. She has a full-time job, but she also chips in as far as helping us out and being a great part of Nazareth Bible Church. As a matter of fact, without her, I don't think that there would have been a Nazareth Bible Church at that level, the level that it is now. And we see even better things as the years progress. But
nice. But we've got you on July 21st. So how exciting. Good luck. I'm sure you'll do great. And we're here to help you promote that. So
yeah, we just hope a lot of people come and we're stressed. We need to share more love. So let's all get together and do it.
Yeah, we've got a good response so far. We've got a response. We've got people from different areas that are coming, as well as residents from Laguna Woods. So we're very excited, and we plan that if this is a successful one, we're going to have more in the in the future.
Also, one thing I was really glad that when I first moved to California in 2013, and I lived here in the village, and there was a play called Love, Sex, and Laguna Woods, and I was in that play, and it was a very successful play, and 3,000 out of the 18,000 people came, and that was 5 years ago. So, so I'm Cupid's girlfriend in that play. So if you're looking for me, come to the show. I want to see everybody again.
Oh, that's great. All right, that's cute, Cupid. All right, well, thank you so much. It was nice to have you both on, and we'll see you next time.
God bless you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And remember, July 21st is the concert where you can check out Precious Jade and see all the fun things that are going on at the Nazareth Bible Church. We'll be right back.
I'm a strong believer that there's something for everyone out there. But some people never stop searching. I've looked long and hard through these parts, and I thank my lucky stars I stumbled across a special place, a unique place, where you never know what you'll find. The Trading Post, only on Channel 6.
This one is going to be a challenge for me.
Everything's moving 100 miles an hour.
This is your worst nightmare. Get out! Please, bring your dish forward.
MasterChef. Wednesdays are watch anytime on demand or Fox Now.
What do you get when you take a widow who's ready to start dating, a singer aged out of the cruise circuit, a lawyer who was betrayed by her once ill husband, and a woman whose husband left her for the whore from Gate 4? Put them all together and you have Tales from the Woods, written by Terry Louise Fisher, known for classics such as L.A. Law and Cagney and Lacey, along with the old pros. Tales from the Woods follows these four ladies as they take advantage of new opportunities while starting a new chapter in life, all while meeting some pretty colorful characters along the way. Join us every Friday at 6 p.m. and Monday at noon, only on Village Television.
Did you know that the Laguna Hills Lodge was originally built as a place for relatives or friends to stay when they were visiting? In 1968, Laguna Woods' residents built the first two buildings of the lodge because they wanted a place close by for visitors to stay. Since then, the lodge has become the spare bedroom for the Laguna Woods' residents. The lodge has received the TripAdvisor Award of Excellence 8 years in a row. We invite you to stay in one of our recently remodeled garden rooms and take advantage of a special offer for Laguna Woods' residents, family, and friends.
Friday's movie is adorable. It's called Dumbo, and it will be shown at 2 and 7 p.m. And of course, as you know, it's not an animated version, I mean, kind of, but it looks amazing. Adventure, family, and fantasy. A young elephant whose oversized ears enable him to fly helps save a struggling circus But when the circus plans a new venture, Dumbo and his friends discover dark secrets beneath its shiny veneer in this live-action remake of the classical animated film. Now, of course, Ken's trying to trick me. He says no elephants were harmed during the filming of this movie, but lots of peanuts were eaten. Ha ha ha, Ken. Isn't he hysterical? All right, so this stars Colin Farrell, Michael Keaton, and Danny DeVito, and it just looks really good, and I've heard lots of great things about it. Then we've also got, we also have our Monday movie, which is called Big Trouble. And that stars Tim Allen, Rene Russo, and Stanley Tucci. So we are going to go ahead and now tell you what our weather is going to be like. And as I said earlier, we're going to be in the 80s. Looks pretty darn good. 70s this week and building right up to something really nice by Friday. So today is going to be in the 70s, and then throughout the week, as I mentioned, it's going to be in the 76, 79, and of course, just our low clouds in the morning with sunshine in the afternoon. And then by Friday, we are getting up to 85 and the low 66. And then around town, we have some very nice looking temperatures. 77 North OC, South OC 74, Beaches 70, San Diego 71. The foothills can be a little bit at 75. Arrowhead's looking really great at 83. And then Palm Springs is 102, so definitely warm. But nonetheless, get outside and enjoy the warm weather. And just have fun and have a great day. And oh wait, I forgot to tell you who's on tomorrow. Wait, let me find my sheet. Of course, I probably lost it. Okay, here we go. Tomorrow we have Advanced Ear Care is going to be on. Hoag Hospital will be here with Dr. James Park, the African American Heritage Club, and one of my favorites, of course, is tennis. So it's OC Breakers time, and so they're going to come on. Make sure you tune in because we are going to be giving away some free tickets to the event. Hot ticket items, so don't forget to tune in tomorrow. We'll see you later and have a great day in the village.